It's time for the Houston Texans to become bullies.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work, work. That's what I say. Hard work, work, work. Earn my pay. Hard work, do it every day. Hard work, work. Get up out of 2:45. Hard work, work. Let me go and earn my pay. Hard work, work. Boots on and lace.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? You're tuning to Sports Talk with Big Sarge Show. I'm your host, Big Sarge. Hold on one second. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. On Instagram at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Make sure you follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big Sarge Media. Pause. I just want to thank everybody who has subscribed, man. I really appreciate that. The amount of support that I'm getting, I really appreciate it. And I just want to say, before we even get started, I thank you for that. Make sure you are following me on www.bigsargemedia.com. All right. Woo! It's been a really weird moment. You ever wake up and you have so much energy? You just wake up and you have so much energy. Then all of a sudden, you just be like, I want to say about an hour later, you be like, where did that energy go? See, I always get up an hour early before it's my time to go to the gym because I'm old. So being old, I have to get up, get myself moving, get the bones working. I got to stretch, get the joints moving, man. And so I get up about an hour early. So when I wake up, I'm up. All right, I'm up, do what I need to do. Make sure that the fruit is cut up for my wife. Make sure that my clothes is ready for the day. Make sure that I'm, doing what I need to do for the day. And then when it's time to walk out that door, sometimes to go to the gym, I be like, God dang. Like, what are we doing here? Like, Sarge, what are you doing with your life? Do you realize what time it is? It is too early in the morning to be doing this type of stuff. So this morning was one of those weird kind of mornings for me. But hey, look, I'm happy. I'm awake. I'm alive. I get a chance to, come on here and speak with you all and talk with you all, talk some sports with you all. And then we get to go about our day. On today, the Houston Texans will resume practice for their Week 4 game against the Jacksonville Jaguars here at NRG Stadium. And so I will be out at the stadium today watching practice and then getting ready for the press conference with head coach D'Amico Ryans. And then we have an open locker room. And what's today? Today Wednesday? I think CJ Stroud speaks today as well. So I had to check the schedule again. I think he speaks today because I don't think he speaks after the coordinators on Thursday. But anyway, I'm gonna get this show started, and then I'm gonna head on out so I can get on over to NRG Stadium. All right, so look. Hey, y'all heard this new conspiracy theory that the reason that Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce has been missing in action in the Chiefs offense is because of political differences between Kelce's girlfriend Taylor Swift and quarterback Patrick Mahomes' wife, Brittany. Y'all heard that? What's good, AD? Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that one of the reasons why Travis Kelce's numbers is down right now is because of because his girlfriend leans to the left in the Democratic Party, allegedly, and that Brittany Mahomes allegedly leans to the right and the Republicans. I got that right? I be getting it confused. The left, what's the left? The left is the Republicans. Left is the left is the Democrat. Look, I ain't a part of a political game. So I'm just gonna let y'all know it right now. I'm not a part of a political game, so I don't be knowing which one is which. So the left is the Democrats, right? And that's Taylor Swift. She came on with a cat to make fun of vice presidential nominee Vance, right? And then Brittany Mahomes liked a tweet from former President Donald Trump, and so that's the right wing, right? So I be getting that thing confused. But this is the conspiracy theory of it all. It's like they're saying, "Hey, the reason why Travis Kelsey's numbers are down is because at home Patrick is getting all kind of flack because Brittany and Taylor don't hang out anymore because of the political reasons and don't pass him the ball." And I'm saying to myself, what? You've got to be kidding me. You are lying. How did that conspiracy theory even get started? Who started that conspiracy theory? That's one of the worst conspiracy theories ever. If you're gonna put on a tinfoil hat, you need to put on a tinfoil hat and say that colleges and universities are a Ponzi scheme. Wait, did I say that out loud? I wasn't supposed to say that out loud, was I? Yeah, probably shouldn't have said that, right? Because that's gonna ruffle some feathers. I digress. No, it has nothing to do. It it has nothing to do with any type of political views. It has nothing to do with the fact that Brittany Mahomes allegedly is for one political party and that Taylor Swift allegedly is for another political party. It has nothing to do with that. You know what it has to do with? Travis Kelsey is old. He old. Not only is he old, he's old in this system. He's 34 years old, playing in his 12th year. He old. What are we doing here? He is old. And you know another reason why his numbers are down? Because the Kansas City Chiefs have Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. Wait, hold on. Time out. Side note. Wait, hold on. I got to do this before I even do my side note. While we're talking about this on Beyonce's internet, because it is a topic on the internet, AD. Now, when I come on the rundown, I want to make sure I just make sure that I flood your timeline and everything else with AD don't like Prairie View. I'm just playing, y'all. AD loves Prairie View. So, one of the reasons why Travis Kelsey's numbers is down because they have two speedsters and two very competent wide receivers in Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. Now, side note, hey, so they ain't gonna never do nothing to Rashee Rice? Like, nothing's ever gonna happen to him? I mean, we all seen the news. We all know what he allegedly done, causing that car accident. That was it a 6-car pileup or something like that? Is the NFL never going to do anything? And they're not. I know that they said they weren't going to put him on the exempt list because they're waiting on the investigation to finish. And I'm saying to myself, okay, I get that part, but I've seen people get suspended for less. And that also goes into the other conspiracy theory that the NFL loves the Chiefs and wants them to win the Super Bowl every year. He's outrunning that suspension. He surely is. But how is Rashee Rice still on the? How is he still playing football right now? Like they're waiting on what? You know how long they can make that investigation drag out? And then if they do, right? If once they do finish everything, and if he settles out of court, and nothing ever happens legally, then he just gets to keep on playing, right? No, I'm confused because how does that work? How does that work? That Rashee Rice, who we seen on video, who has allegedly admitted to, hey, I was part of all of that, and you still get to play football? No, I don't get it. I don't understand. I digress. Travis Kelsey's numbers being down has nothing to do with politics. It has everything to do with he's old. And they're saying, hey, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with these two, with Worthy and Rice. You're going to have to beat us with them two. You're not going to beat us with Travis Kelsey doing all this things that he likes to do in the middle of the field. Now, we're not going to have that. especially when we know that the Kansas City Chiefs have a bad offensive line and that he will be scrambling a lot. So I have no clue. I just thought that was funny that I'm seeing all this conspiracy theory about Travis Kelce not getting no passes because um, Patrick Mahomes is getting a lot of flack at home because Taylor Swift don't want to be besties with his wife anymore because of their political views. Check the box and keep it moving. Hey, congrats to the Houston Astros for winning the American League West for the 4th straight year. Hey, they were 10 games behind the Seattle Mariners for first place on June 18th. And then they beat them on Tuesday night to win the West. I think the final score was 4-3. 4-3. Hey, hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Why are we? This is Wednesday. How much you can tell the Vikings ain't, if Vikings fan base ain't used to winning nothing. Look what they doing. Look what they doing. Put some respect on Darnold's name. For what? Didn't I give Sam Darnold? I gave Sam Darnold praise on Sunday. I gave Sam Darnold praise on Tuesday. And now here you are on Wednesday asking for some praise. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and put you on back down there. Yeah. It's Gold and Trump affiliated. Got it. So the Houston Astros won the American League West last night by defeating the team that they were chasing on June 18th when they were 10 games behind, right? And they will host a best of 3. Yes, a best of 3 wild card series here at Minute Maid Park starting next week. And there's still like 3 or 4 teams. I think the Mariners are in that whole muck of 4 teams that are still vying for that 6th position in the American League, because the Astros are 3rd. They can't catch the Guardians. They can't catch the Yankees. And so they're in 3rd place. They're solidified. So no matter how they end the season, they could end the season losing all their games, but they're still going to be in that 3rd position. They're waiting on the 6th spot to be solidified. And whoo, hey, listen, the Detroit Tigers were the exact same way. They trail after the All-Star break. They were 10 games behind to get that last spot. Now they're in position. Can you imagine if former Houston Astros manager who was fired because of the 2017 cheating scandal, AJ Hinch, comes back here and faces his old team? Whew, Lord. Good Lord. That's going to be so exciting. And I'm here for all the smoke. I'm here for everything. I'm here for it all. I'm not going to lie. I want to see the Astros play the Tigers. I honestly and truly do. That's going to be interesting. But let me get back to the Mariners right quick, right? So, y'all remember the Mariners? They was talking all that trash at the beginning of the season. Oh, boy, they were talking a lot of trash when they were in first place. And now all of a sudden they got hush mouth. Hey, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Side note, hey, Mariners fans, you want the Astros to be your rival so bad. You want a rivalry with the Houston Astros so bad. You got to win first. Like, win something. You got to win something in order to be a rival. Like, one of the reasons why the Astros and the Yankees fans hate each other, because the Yankees have won, and you got the Astros and the Astros have won. They've been one of the hottest teams since 2017. They're on a 7-year run where they have just been damn good. For 7 years, I'm willing to say for a 7-year stretch, the Houston Astros have been the number 1 team, whether they win the World Series or not, have been has been the best team in Major League Baseball. What have y'all been? When people think of the Seattle Mariners, you know what they think about? Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, Ichiro. Y'all ain't been good since then. And y'all always want to talk trash To the Astros fans, you want to boo Altuve when they come to your park. You still want to beat on trash cans. Hey, look, let me tell y'all something. If beating on trash cans is what got the Astros here, then damn it, y'all need to go out and start beating on garbage trucks, dumpsters, Kroger bags, something. Y'all got to do something. Ring a bell. Do something. Hey, have somebody behind the plate going hootie hoo. Do something. Do something. Wake up. Do something. You can't be a rival if you're not winning anything. How does that work? How? Yeah, we're going to get y'all this time. You can't even get in the playoffs yet. And when you do get in the playoffs, what happened? You lose. You played the Astros, and what happened? You lost. When is the last time y'all been good? Not just regular season good, postseason. When does that happen? I'm waiting. Don't worry. I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. Y'all ain't been good since Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, Ichiro. Y'all aren't good. So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about, Mariners fans? Why do y'all keep talking so much trash? I don't understand it. You're not a rival. You can't be a rival. You can't be a rival if you never win anything. Hey, look at us. We're still over here. Who cares? Nobody even care about what's over there. Hey, you know what's over there? Losers. You know where the Astros are not going? Over there. I don't understand, Mariners fans. Hey, look, y'all can get mad at me. At me. Big Sarge Sports with a Z at the end. Make sure you put the Z at the end now. You ain't going to find me. Rival. Yeah. Hey, congrats to Joe Espada. He had some tough shoes to fill coming in as a first-year manager, especially following what AJ Hinch did when he was here, what Dusty Baker did during his tenure with the Astros. Listen, I don't know how many of you all know this or not, but that seat gets hot. That seat gets very hot. And with the expectations of the Houston Astros fans, the local media, the players, like the standard is high. If you're going to be a manager of the Houston Astros, the standards are very, very high. Former players, like it's high. So Joe Espada coming into that Joe Espada coming into that position, there was a lot of pressure on him. And he knew that. Being around this team, he knew that. And it was a rough start for them. If I'm not mistaken, they started 12-24. And you heard everybody saying, get rid of him. He's not Dusty. There was a lot of times he was losing. It was like, blame Dusty. Hold on, let me scratch that out. Yep, nope. Make sure I do that. Not gonna edit that. But what Joe Espada did was he overcame a lot of adversity. Let's think about it now. Throughout the duration of this season, he's lost 4 starting pitchers. Right? Had 4 starting pitchers out. Justin Verlander was out for 2.5 months because of his neck, and then he lost all-star right fielder, Kyle Tucker to a broken shin. So when you look at everything that the Astros had to overcome, especially when you got young pitchers, nobody really knew exactly what Hunter Brown was going to be, and we've seen that he's definitely turned his season around. I mean, what did he start? He started out with double digits in ERA, right? His outings were horrible. But what he did was he was able to turn it around and become one of the most valuable starters that the Houston Astros have. So, Framber Valdez, you have Hunter Brown. You didn't know what you was going to get for Eric Getty. And, he was up and down a little bit, but you still had him. He's still a viable pitcher. Renel Blanco was able to surprise a lot of people. And so when you're missing pitchers like Ergetti, I'm drawing a blank now. Christian Javier, Lance McCullers Jr., JP France, and then you have to depend a lot on your bullpen. That's a lot to overcome, on top of losing first ballot Hall of Famer and Justin Verlander for a significant period of time, also losing Kyle Tucker for a significant amount of time. And then throughout the season, everybody else having these little nagging injuries in and out of the lineup. Bregman started off slow. The only consistent thing that has the Astros have had has been Jose Altuve. And the way that Jose Altuve has played this year, he definitely deserves some MVP votes. He deserves some American League MVP votes. And so when you look at that, when you look at what the Astros done, when you look at them by winning their fourth straight American League West title, this one, if they're able to pull it off and win the World Series, this one's going to mean a little bit more. I think this one's going to mean just a tad bit more because of the adversity that they went through. Now, with that being said, the question becomes: Are they a World Series team? Though, are they? Are we looking at the Houston Astros right now and saying that they have a World Series run in them? With the amount of talent that they have on that team, yes, they can be a World Series team, but you also got to look at there's some other good teams in the American League that are going to make the postseason. And the only thing that really scares me is the fact that when the Astros bats go silent, I mean, when they go silent, that's the loudest thing that you hear. Let me say that again for the people in the back, 2 times so you can understand it. When the Astros bats go silent, that's the loudest thing you hear from the game. Because if they're not able to produce runs, and I know, hey, Sarge, Captain Obvious, we know runs win games. Yes, I got that part. I understand that. But what the Astros have to do is the Astros have to produce runs in bunches because they can get past, they can get where they need to be with their starting pitchers. It's when the bullpen comes in. You don't know what you're going to get from Brian Abreu. You don't know what you're going to get from Ryan Presley. And Hader, he is good, but I mean, he going to give up a home run or two. So if they get in these close games, do they have what it takes to overcome some of these teams? Can they beat the Guardians in a close game? Can they beat the Yankees in a close game? That's where that's where my reservations are. The bullpen and when the bats go silent. Because we see what happened. I mean, just look at last year in the World Series. I'm sorry, in the ALCS against the Texas Rangers. Like the bats went cold. Oh, side note. Yonder Diaz. If they don't get the team MVP to Jose Altuve, they got to give it to Yonder Diaz. Oh, hey, listen. And a lot of people don't understand now that what Dusty did last year by sitting yonder and let him see exactly how the game is played is paying off now. You want to blame Dusty for, oh man, he needs to be in the game. Well, Dusty put him in the game and his bat went silent in the ALCS as well. And what he did was he learned to cut down on all swinging at all those bad pitches, right? You got to start dropping the time you going live. Hey, Corey, I normally try to go live at 9:30. So let me tell you all that. Daily, if I don't have anything, like listen, be by your computers, your handheld devices, your tablets, whatever apparatus you use to watch Sports Talk with Big Sarge. About 9:30 daily, be there. In the evenings, about 5 or 6 o'clock, look and see, man, Sarge may be doing a happy hour this evening. So there may be may be a time that I do 2 shows. But getting back to what I was talking about, Yonder Diaz, he has had an excellent season as well. I have been fighting with this pen forever. There we go. All right, last thing I have on the Astros. Hey, what have I told you all? Like, if you don't know one thing about Sarge, you know this. He petty as hell. Like petty, super petty. Dana Brown, general manager from the Houston Astros, deserves his flowers. And when this apology train starts, when this apology train to Dana Brown starts, I'm going to be right there laughing in the people's faces who said, oh, Dana Brown deserves to be fired. He doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, really? because the same thing that Joe Espada had to overcome with everything that I talked about, with losing players for multiple for significant amount of time, to injuries. Like Dana Brown had to endure that as well, because it's Joe Espada's job to cook the food. It's Dana Brown's job to get the groceries. So Dana Brown got to go out and get the groceries and make sure that Joe Espada has enough to make a meal out of. And when you look at it, he had enough, and then all of a sudden, this started happening, that started happening, now what he had to do? Now he has to regroup. Dana Brown does and be like, I got to go get more groceries. So, with that being said, what did he do? He went out and he got a picture. He got a picture that everybody said, oh, no, Kikuchi, no. Hey, I wish I could do that slow motion thing. No, not Kikuchi. Yeah, the Astros are 9-0 when Kikuchi pitches. No, not Jason Hayward. He's too old. Who won the game for the Astros last night to help them clinch the American League West for the 4th straight time? That catch and that home run. You need players like that on the team, veteran players like that. The Dodgers didn't even want Hayward no more. They let him go. What did Dana Brown say? Hey, yo, I think I could use him. You know what? Hey, I think I could use him. And he went out and he got him. And so Dana Brown deserves his flowers as well. I'm interested to see who the Houston Astros are going to play in that wild card series. I'm interested to see if they can keep the run of going to the American League Championship Series. If they go to 8, that'll set a record. That will set a record because they went 7 straight times, if I'm not mistaken. Astros, like I said. Hold on, let me put this up because David said it best. David said it better than I could ever say it. It's a dynasty, and it is. The Houston Astros are a dynasty. So, shout out to the Houston Astros. Congratulations to the Houston Astros. Give them a hand clap, y'all. Drop some hand claps in the comments, please. If you're an Astros fan, if you're not an Astros fan, drop some claps in there anyway, because you got to make your haters your best friends or something like that. Make your enemies your best friend. I don't know how that thing goes. All right, let's move along to the Houston Texans. Hey, listen, I know, at least I know in the good old United States of America, I know that wait, hold on for a second. I know in America, see, I got a hat that said too. I know in America that they don't like bullies. I know that they have like an anti-bully campaign. I know that they say like no bullying, no bullying, no bullying. I got that part. And I agree with it. Hey, look, don't bully nobody in school, right? Don't be a bully in school. Don't be a bully in school. Now, adult bullies, that's something totally different. As long don't pick on no women and no kids. Matter of fact, don't pick on nobody. Don't be no bully, right? Don't be no bully. But in the sports world where you and I like to reside a lot because we meet here daily, right? We meet here at least 5 times a week to discuss sports, correct? Hey, the Texans got to be bullies this week. The Texans have to make a statement this weekend against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They got to. Like, you got to be the bullies. This week, hey, look, what is the theme for the month of September? Sometimes you just got to hit a mother sucker in the face over and over and over again. Not only are you playing your divisional rivals, right? Not only are you playing your divisional rivals, not only are you looking to go at least 2-0 in the division, you're playing against a team that's 0-3. They have nothing to lose. If we just seen how a Vikings fan acted by beating the Houston Texans, what the hell you think gonna happen if Jacksonville wins? If Jacksonville defeats the Houston Texans this Sunday, do you know that's going to be loud and resounding, not only around the league, but also around the Houston Texans fan base, the Jacksonville Jaguars fan base, and then it's going to open up the door to the rest of the AFC South and the AFC in general and say, hey, maybe we hyped up the Houston Texans just a little bit too much. Maybe we gave the Houston Texans too much credit. Maybe they aren't who we thought they were. Maybe they look good on paper, but maybe they don't look, maybe they look good on paper, but they can't produce on the field. You have to go out and make a statement this weekend. This Sunday, you have to be the aggressors. You have to come out and do to Jacksonville exactly what Buffalo did to them on Monday night. Punch them squarely in the mouth. Hey, hold on. Figuratively, not literally, okay? You got to make sure I say that. Figuratively. They have to punch Jacksonville in the mouth early. I'm talking about early. Like set the tone early. Now, side note, fans, you got to do your part. Get to the game early. Get to your damn seat early. Get there and cheer your team on early. Help them have that energy inside of that statement. Inside that stadium to make that statement. Hey, we here. We got your back. We're going to be as loud as hell when they got the ball on the offense. When the Jags offense is on the field, we're going to be loud as hell. And we're going to be supporting y'all 100%. But you got to get to your seat early enough to be able to do that. You get to your seat, do your part, and then it's going to be left up to the Houston Texans to do their part as far as punching, figuratively, the Jacksonville Jaguars in the mouth. Now, you know how you do that. You can't start off slow. The offense needs to have a breakout game. The offense has to have a breakout game. And I feel like we've been saying that this is going on the 4th week. Hey, man, the offense got to have a breakout game. Hey, don't worry. I think Bobby will get it together. Okay. But this is 4 weeks now. This is going on 4 weeks. So we seen what they did in the first 3 weeks. This is the week that you need to come out and say, hey, look, everything we done the past 3 weeks, the past 3 games, what we're going to do is, hey, let's take this good, leave this bad. Now let's add some more better into it. Let's add some more better. Let's add some more great. Let's add some more innovative type things. Hey, man, let's put this guy in motion. Hey, let's bring this guy out of the backfield. Hey, I don't always have to line this guy up wide out. Hey, let me start with Tank Dell in the backfield and then motion him out. You got to become innovative because right now you're 11th in the NFL in total offense, 8th in passing, 232 yards, and 17th in rushing, 108.7 yards per game. With the amount of talent that you have on the offensive side of the ball, 11th ain't good enough. You need to be top 5. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of the ones who say it as well. I'm one of the ones who say, hey, look, it's early. It's early. I'm one of the ones who says that. Hey, look, it's early. Got to give Bobby Slowick an opportunity to get him get his feet wet with the amount of, these new weapons that he has. Give Stephon Diggs some time to continue getting acclimated to being on the same page with CJ Stroud. I got it. This week, you can't be playing around. You can't. I don't know what part of the playbook that you go to and you say this week we're opening up the offense. We're going to do a whole lot more, but this got to be the week. Because if you give that Jacksonville Jaguars team any momentum, remember now, Jacksonville is on a losing streak. The last time they won a game was against the Houston Texans. What did they lost like 9 games? AD, what did they lost like 9 games in a row? So losing that amount of games for losing that amount of games. Eventually, they got to win one. You don't want it to be against you. Not only do you not want it to be against you, remember, that's a team who started out very hot last year, and then they had injuries. And so at any point in time, they can get themselves together and they can also go back on a run. I know we're looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, and I see that they're 0-3. Of course, I've watched them play. They have not looked good. They laid an egg, for lack of a better term, on Monday night on national television. It looked horrible. Horrible. You don't want to be the team that opens up the door for them to make a run. Because when they start making a run, then it makes your job just a tad bit harder. And you haven't even really gotten to the toughest part of your schedule just yet. If you don't make a statement against the Buffalo Bills, you're going to be, and I'm talking about the Texans. If the Texans don't make a statement against, I said the Buffalo Bills. Good Lord. If the Houston Texans does not make a statement against the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 4, they'll be 2-2 with the Buffalo Bills coming into NRG Stadium. And that ain't no easy win either. Now, I'm not saying that the Texans can't win. I'm not saying that. I feel like for just as much talent as the Buffalo Bills have on their team, the Houston Texans can match that with the talent that they have on their team. But you don't want to go in there 2-2 and possibly going under 500 if you lose that game, and now you've lost 3 games in a row. Like that 3 games in a row, that's a momentum killer. That would be a momentum killer for the Houston Texans team and the Houston Texans fan base. So you have to come out and make this statement against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And one way that they're going to have to do that is they're going to have to frustrate the hell out of Trevor Lawrence. This defense, they're going to have to frustrate the hell out of him, make him turn the ball over. You can't give him time. Don't give him time like you did Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold is a game manager. This guy has the potential to put 300 plus yards on you and 4 touchdowns, and he also has the weapons to do it. So you don't want to play around with him like you did with Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold is playing lights out this year. Trevor Lawrence isn't. That doesn't mean Trevor Lawrence can't. And so when you have a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence who can get hot at any point in time, you don't want to be the team that he gets hot on. And I feel like we were just talking about this 2 weeks ago with the Chicago Bears. We said, hey, on national television, you don't want to be the breakout game for Caleb Williams because he was playing bad and they handled their business. Now, this is going to be a tough game. Don't get me wrong. Anytime you have you're playing against somebody that you play twice a year, you know them, they know you. That's why that every game outside of the Tennessee Titans, we're going to talk about them in just a second. But notice they have to play against the Indianapolis Colts. They play the Indianapolis Colts. That's always a tough game against the Jacksonville. Jacksonville plays them tough as well. And I know I made a joke, but Tennessee plays them close. They all play each other close because they know each other and they watch each other and they're in the same division. And so when you're in the same division like that, those become quote unquote rivalry games. So the Houston Texans offense has to get out to a very fast start. They have to get out to a very fast start and set the tone in the game. The Houston Texans defense has to make sure that they keep that pressure on Trevor Lawrence and don't allow him to get his feet settled. The problem with the game against the Vikings last week is that they allowed Sam Darnold to get comfortable. And once he got comfortable, he was able to do what he needed to do, especially when you got a running back like Aaron Jones and you got a wide receiver like Justin Jefferson. If you're allowed to get comfortable, you don't need the players that were out injured. All right, we good. We can do this. So they're definitely going to have to make sure that they set the tone early, and fans, you got to get there early enough to set the tone as well. Don't be hanging out in the damn parking lot. If you want to tailgate, then get there early. Tailgate and then get your butt into your seat. You paid for it. You paid for the seat. Don't nobody like watching the kickoff no more? I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had season tickets, and what time the game start? Noon. I'm in the stadium by at least 11:15. Walking around, talking to people, watching what's going on the field. Kickoff? Oh, I'm locked in. When kickoff, I'm locked in. I'm like, I get to the stadium probably around about 10:15 for a noon game. Oh yeah, I'm there early. I need to be in my seat. I need to set everything up. I need to watch. I need to see warm-ups. I need to see who's doing what. I need to see what's going on the field. And listen, that's me being in the media. If I had a ticket, hell, if I had season tickets to an NFL, if I had season tickets for any NFL team, I'd be standing outside the gate like it was a Jordan release. Now, some of you little young pups don't know what Jordan release date used to be, right? And I'm talking about Air Jordans. Because now they make you go on the app. You got to go on the sneakers app. You got to go on the Nike app. You got to go on Finish Line, Foot Locker. Now you got to go on the app in order to get shoes. Some of y'all will never know the struggle of a Jordan being released at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning and you sleeping outside the mall at a Friday night, making sure you secure your spot in line, making sure don't nobody cut you, making sure nobody come in and making sure don't nobody try to come in and with the money and sneak through the back door and buy all the J's from you. Get your size. Season tickets here, and we are there by 11 every home game. I enjoy watching the warm-ups as well. Hold on, let me put that up because this makes a lot of sense. Yes, that's how it should be. Some of y'all will never know what it's like to be at them Jordan release days. Now, I didn't have to do it because I worked at a shoe store during the Jordan time, so I already had mine put to the side. I was gonna get mine regardless, right? Then when I stopped working, my partners was there, and I was one of the ones that was skipping or already had mine a day earlier in their Club Oasis in them, or at the and I was because some of the things I can't tell y'all, man, because now that I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with Crown Royal Apple, so I can't tell y'all some of of my past and what I used to do. All right, we're about to get ready to get up out of here, but y'all know how we do it, especially when it comes to this Article 15. All my Vietnam veterans, welcome home. Germany, good night. All my active duty military personnel that's downrange, good night. It is now time for Big Sarge's Article 15. Titans Coliseum Podcast, come get this work. Wait a minute. Before I give y'all this work, let me show y'all what they had to say. Let me go ahead and just bring this on up so y'all can see. And I'm going to read this thing verbatim. Y'all see that? It says, remember when we were told CJ Stroud is Jesus Christ himself, and we told Texans fans on their podcast he ain't nothing but Dak Prescott in a Texans uniform? We will call everything but a child of God. Well, look what we have here. Say it with me. CJ Prescott. And then they put up CJ's stats for this year for the first 3 games of the 2024 season. And then they put up Dax. And I don't know why Dax isn't. Oh, there we go. See that? So CJ 709 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 55.3 quarterback rating. Dak Prescott 851, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 45.4%. Remember when we were told CJ Stroud is Jesus Christ himself, and we told Texans fans on their podcast he ain't nothing but Dak Prescott in a Texans uniform. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, hey, Sarge, why did you show that multiple times? Why did you read that multiple times? Let me sit up straight in my chair. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Listen, seasoned credential media member who covers the Houston Texans right here. You know who I'll be talking to today? CJ Stroud. You know where I'll be today? NRG. Yes, flexing. I am flexing. Yes, me, him, this guy. Yes. You know what also? You know what I have also been since 1975? A Dallas Cowboys fan. You know who snaps every snap I have seen since they came into the league in 2016? Rain Dakota Prescott. I have seen every snap that Dak has taken in a game. CJ Stroud, his second year, I've seen every snap he's taken in a game, regular season game, playoff game, training camp, OTAs, practice. I've seen pretty much not all of practice, because we don't get to see all of practice. So let me not say that. But training camp, OTAs, regular season games, playoff games, I've watched every snap from CJ Stroud as well in those categories, the ones I named. For Dak, I watched every snap he has taken. I'm not one of those Dallas Cowboy fans that be like, we're going to go to the Super Bowl every year. No. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm very critical of the Dallas Cowboys. Because see, when I'm covering the Houston Texans, I'm doing a job. I'm not a fan of no team. When I'm doing my job, I'm doing my job. I don't have a team. I'm here to report on what I see. And then when I do this show, I report on what I see and I throw in my opinions. But I use what I see first. When I watch the Dallas Cowboys, I am a fanatic. I'm super fan. Super duper fan. Since 1975, I watched the Super Bowl years. I've watched the down years. I was a fan when Quincy Carter was the quarterback. I was a fan when Danny White was the quarterback and the punter. I remember Everson Walls. I remember Tony Dorsett. I remember Ed Too Tall Jones. I remember Charlie Waters. I was there watching Alvin Harper. What are we doing here? I'm probably one of the Dallas Cowboy fans you're gonna meet. You be like, damn, you've been watching the Cowboys for that long? Yes, I have. So I preface all that Titans Coliseum podcast to tell you this. Y'all done lost y'all damn mind. There's no possible way in hell that you could think that CJ and Dak are in the same category. No. Oh, well, Sarge, look at the numbers. No, I'm looking at the players. See, sometimes what these analytics have done to you all is they are saying, look at the stats. No, bump the stats. I'm using my eyes. I'm telling you what I see. Because stats can be skewed. Hey, Dak Prescott last year came in second in MVP voting, right? And they say, oh my God, look at Dak. Yes, he feasted off of bad teams. Feasted off of bad teams when he played the good teams. Let's not forget the 49ers game. Let's not forget the Bills game. What Dak has done a lot in his during his time in the NFL is there's a lot of stat padding going on. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I will say that. A lot of times when the Cowboys get behind, what has to happen? Dak has to continue to throw the ball. Let's just take last week's game, for example. How bad did they get down to the Baltimore Ravens? Because some of you are like, oh, well, look at the stats he had against the Ravens. Yes, because they were down big time against the Ravens. And yes, you could blame that on the defense, of course. Their defense has not looked good. Their defense was shaky last year. They don't look good this year. So you can say, well, Dak ain't got no choice. Well, Dak also isn't moving the ball. So, with that being said, I am saying to myself, hey, listen, and I'm saying this, hey, at me, Big Star Sports with the Z. Y'all know how to get in contact with me. Y'all know I know that y'all know how to get in contact with me if you need to speak to me. I ain't talking about everybody else. I'm talking about me. Big Star Sports with the Z at the end. CJ Stroud played in 20 games in the NFL. 20. He is going into his second year, and you're comparing him to a quarterback who's been in the league since 2016? When Dak made the Pro Bowl and was offensive rookie of the year in 2016 when he came into the league, right? Same stats CJ had last year, except CJ had a better rookie year than Dak. But when he won that award, when everybody was praising him, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Cowboys won 14 games that year. When they were praising him, you know what else he had that CJ didn't? He had a running back that rushed for over 1,600 yards and, let me get this right, 15 touchdowns. They could have easily given that award to Ezekiel Elliott, but they gave it to Dak Prescott. And we all know how this thing works. Of course, this league is built to promote quarterbacks, especially when they're doing good. When they're doing good, it's always, when the team is doing good, it's always the quarterback. When the team is doing bad, they want to blame everybody else. Oh, they don't have this, they don't have that. It's the same quarterback though, right? Dak's rookie year, he could have easily, yes, made the Pro Bowl, but that award of Offensive Rookie of the Year could have went to Ezekiel Elliott. CJ's rookie year, what else did he have on the offensive side of the ball? Nico Collins, who, don't get me wrong, is a very, 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 Nico is propelling himself into one of the top 5, top 7 wide receivers in the NFL. But they didn't know that was going to happen. He didn't know that he was going to have that type of connection with Nico. And Nico plays the wide receiver. You're handing the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott, who is destroying these defenses. I know. I watched. You're talking about a team who did not look good at all. CJ came in and he changed the trajectory of everything on the offensive side of the ball. Even when they had injuries, he was still able to sustain and help that team win. They didn't have a great running back. Tank went down. They had Nico, Noah Brown when he was healthy, Robert Woods when he was healthy, and Dalton Schultz. Dak has been in this league how long? Way longer than CJ. And I'm telling you right now, in the state of Texas, CJ Stroud is the best quarterback. Hands down. CJ's more accurate than Dak Prescott, and CJ reads the field better than Dak Prescott. So you can talk all that BS to other people who don't know, and especially y'all on the outside who don't get a chance to see it. But I watch both of these quarterbacks that you're comparing, and Dak is not on CJ's level, even with CJ being in his second year. Do you know the amount of throws I've watched CJ make in practice? What about the amount of throws that he makes in a game? Do you know what everybody outside of this organization says about CJ? He is the most accurate quarterback we have seen in a very long time. There's not a throw he can't make. When last time you heard that about Dak Prescott? Don't worry. I'll wait. Go ahead. I'm listening. When is the last time you've heard anybody say Dak Prescott rates amongst the best when it comes to being accurate? When? Oh, my bad. When he's throwing it to the flats. When he's throwing it to running backs. When he's throwing it into when he's throwing these little short passes. Go back and look at how accurate Dak is when he has to throw down the field. He's not. One of the biggest misconceptions for the last couple of years, even before he got hurt, was that Michael Gallup wasn't a good wide receiver. Wasn't that he wasn't a good wide receiver? Dak couldn't get him the ball. Go back and look at some film and watch how open Michael Gallup is, and watch how open he is. Watch how he used to use his speed to get away. Now he hasn't done that. He had a real bad injury, and so he's lost a step or two. But go back and look when he was fully healthy. Dak couldn't get him the ball because Dak isn't accurate downfield. Not consistently. Of course he can throw. Of course he can make some passes downfield here and there, but consistently, no. You know who can? CJ. Those routes, those passes that he be throwing downfield to Nico. In week 1 against the Indianapolis Colts, CJ Stroud threw into double coverage to Nico. Pass was completed. Right there, right between the two defenders into Nico's hands. You know who can't make that pass? Dak Prescott. You know how I know? Because I've watched him throw into double coverage down the field. It's ugly. Of course, CeeDee Lamb breaks out. He can hit CeeDee Lamb. Even when Brandon Cooks can break out every now and then, he can hit him. Yes, he can. Not consistently. So what the hell are we talking about here? How in the hell y'all going to try to compare Dak Prescott and CJ Stroud? Even in year 2, CJ's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. I'll say it. I told you, I will say it because I watch both of these quarterbacks. One I watch on a consistent basis, consistently throughout the week. The other one I watch on Sundays. I don't know what Dak does in practice. I've never been to a Dallas Cowboys practice. I've never been to a Dallas Cowboys OTAs when Dak first got there. I've never seen Dak in the training camp. None of that stuff. None of it. I've watched Dak play the game. And the funny thing is, this is how, you know what? This is how Cat Williams work. This is how Cat Williams and his Cat. This is how Cat Williams work. There's going to be a Monday night game this year where the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans play each other. So you're going to get a chance to watch both of these quarterbacks that you're trying to compare. Now that I got that out the way, now that I got that y'all dumb as hell trying to call CJ Stroud Dak Prescott, now that I got that out the way, Let me get to one more thing before I had to get up out of here. Hey, what about your own damn quarterback? What about your quarterback? What about Will Levis? What about Mr. Mayonnaise in the coffee? Hold on. I wrote this down. Will Levis, 4 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. Got outplayed last week against the backup, Malik Willis, when he came back with the Green Bay Packers. Got outplayed by Malik Willis, a guy who they shipped off for you. I seen you. Hey, listen, I seen Will Levis on his knees with his hands on his head like, what the hell is going on, after throwing a pick six. I seen CJ complete a pass from his knees. So what are you talking about? What are we talking about here? Worry about your own damn quarterback. Why you out here engagement farming? Why you out here looking for clicks and likes? Titans Coliseum podcast. You notice that? You see, Sarge don't run from no smoke. So I'm saying it. I'm saying you all's name. I'm going to clip this. I'm going to put this out, and I'm going to tag you, your podcast. I ain't going to block nothing. I'm going to leave all the comments open. You can say whatever it is you need to say. Do you know how bad you all look up there being the Tennessee Oilers? Comparing Dak Prescott to CJ Stroud and totally missing the point about your own damn quarterback. That one who y'all thought was going to be Jesus Christ himself. He can't even be Jesus. You're talking about, hey, they told us that CJ Stroud was was Jesus Christ himself. Hell, Will Levis can't be Jesus. He can't be Jesse. He can't be nobody. Listen, don't give him none of the time. He ain't a disciple. He ain't an apostle. He ain't a follower. He's nothing compared to what CJ Stroud and Dak Prescott is. See, that's what you did. You try to shift the focus so nobody can talk about Mr. Mayonnaise. And I'm not talking about his skin tone. I'm talking about the fact that Will Levis puts mayonnaise in his coffee. So how are you up there being the Tennessee Oilers talking about other people's team when your team ain't won a damn game? Your quarterback ain't got to win this season. And the games they've lost has been because of him and his play. What are you talking about? What are y'all doing? Is the podcast down that bad that that's what you got to do? The podcast is down that bad that you have to engage Texans fans, that you have to engage Cowboys fans. That's how bad your team is? Well, you know what? My bad. You're right. Y'all are down bad because I was there when y'all tried to be petty and wear the Houston Oilers throwbacks against the Houston Texans to just try to be petty, and then you lost to Case Keenum. CJ was hurt. He didn't even play that game. They used a 2-quarterback system against y'all, and the majority of the snaps went to Case Keenum, and they beat y'all. Okay, that ain't good enough for you? Hold on for a second. Remember the year prior when the Texans had only won one game, right? They had only won one game throughout the season. They had won one game, tied one game, lost the rest. Came right into Tennessee and beat you all with Davis Mills. Last 2 times they played in Tennessee, Texas have beat y'all. Maybe that's what you're angry about. Maybe that's why you keep trying to compare and talk about CJ Stroud when you need to be worrying about your own team. I was told that the offseason moves that y'all made were a lot better than what the Houston Texans did. That's what I was told. I was told that the offseason moves that the Tennessee Titans made were way better than what the Houston Texans did this year. And y'all can't win a game. And now you want to go on your podcast and talk about CJ? Hey, my guys, can we have a conversation about Will Levis first? Like, how about you start from the bottom of the bottom? How about you start from the bottom of the bottom and then work your way up? See, CJ's in the upper echelon, and he's only going into his second year. He's already in the top tier of quarterbacks. Now, he's not up there so much. He's not Patrick Mahomes yet. I will say even Josh Allen, I'll say that like that Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, like CJ is like if he's if it's a top 5, I got CJ being 5. I'm gonna be honest with you. Based off what he's done, based off his potential, I got CJ being 5. How many teams is in the league? AD, how many leagues is in the team? 32 leagues. If there's 32 teams, well, wait, 32. If you take away the Tennessee Titans, that's 31, right? It's 31 teams excluding the Tennessee Titans. So if I got CJ in the top 5, I would say that Will Levis would be in the top 35 of quarterbacks. You know, I talked about this last week on the show, excuse me. I'm going to say it again. Hey, man, there's a rule. When you playing Madden, you can't talk until you score. If you don't score, then you can't hush mouth. Be quiet. I'm going to talk all this trash over here. Y'all can't talk until y'all win a game. You got to win a game. Now, you may be able to beat Miami because they don't have a quarterback. Tua is still out now. I don't expect him to come back against the Titans this week. So you may be able to get that victory, and then you can come back here, and then you can finally say, hey, man, we got to win. But until then, you got to keep your damn mouth shut. Y'all got to win something first. You have to win something. Will Levis has to produce. And it's crazy because for as much smoke as I'm giving to the Titans Coliseum podcast, hell, I could probably do that to a couple of local media members who wanted Will Levis as well. Y'all remember that? There were some people around here who was cheerleading for Will Levis to be in Houston. I said, what the hell are you talking about? Will Levis? Will Levis. Okay. All right, my guy. I'm out. No. I'm not finna sit here and continue talking to you because the more I talk to you, the dumber I get. And I'm not doing that, my guy. I'm leaving. So, Titans Coliseum podcast. Big Sarge is here for all the smoke. As a matter of fact, I have a shirt that says, I want the smoke. Wait, hold on. No, it don't say that. I want the smoke. I think my shirt says, I don't run from the smoke. I'm the lighter. You know how Lil Wayne comes on the track? When Lil Wayne gets on the track, it's Lil Wayne on that track because before he starts his verse, you can hear the lighter flicking. That means that this about to be fire. It's about to be fire. That's me. I'm the lighter, bro. And look, if you don't like it, like the lighter going this way, y'all know that long one you use to light the candles. I'm old school. We can even take some paper like this. I can light some paper. Have whatever. I'm here. I'm not running. Not at all. Your team has to get better before you start talking about other people's teams. Your quarterback has to produce before you start talking about other people's quarterbacks. Get it? I mean, hey, look, we're coming out of a recession, and I understand times may be hard, times may be tough. So you need something to get them clicks and get them likes. And so you say, hey, what better way to get clicks and likes than to engage with Texans fans? Well, when you engage with Texans fans, let me tell you a little bit about this, how this works. I'm not the regular media member, okay? And that's nothing against other media members. I'm not your regular media member, okay? I'm not your regular credential media member. No. See, some people don't interact with the fans. I do. On a daily basis, on a consistent basis. Some of them like me, some of them hate me. You know what I do? Talk to them all. Some of them like what I have to say. Some of them don't like what I have to say. You know what I do? I talk to them all. So this ain't so when you activate some of those Texans fans, I see that and I said, okay, hold on, time out. What the hell you saying? And not only did you activate them with this dumbass post, not only did you activate them, you activated me because you're also talking about the Dallas Cowboys now. Okay, hold on. And the statement that you made is crazy. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Talking about we were told CJ Stroud is Jesus Christ himself. And then you look over at Will Levis. What the hell? Will Levis is a what? Pharisee, Sadducee. I don't know. Everybody don't read their Bible, so everybody don't know what that means. So, Jesus Christ. You're right. Because Will Levis can't be Jesus. Will Levis can't be Jesse. Will Levis can't be none of that. You've been tuned to the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show. Make sure you're following me on the app formerly known as Twitter at the Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Make sure you follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for those who are subscribed at Big Sarge Media, and all of my articles are at www.bigsargemedia.com. Oh, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Now I have to do that because some of y'all want to take shots, and so everything I do is for the gram, right? Y'all have a great day. I'm headed over to NRG. I'm out.
Hard work, hard work, hard work.